That's because we have about 73 universities in this country. Distance learning as well. And they all can get jobs. So they're all going back to school. So you have a lot of graduates, master students, and who don't have jobs. Gradually, we are replacing competency with certificate. That's the big problem we have in this country. So if we don't begin to challenge people on the competence that they have, end up having graduates who only have a master's degree and a PhD. You know nothing, because what you're taught in school is completely different from what happens in the workplace. I'm saying this because I've been there, I've seen it, and I know what I'm talking about. You have a crop of 10 first-class students sitting in front of you for a management training interview. And they give you the best of answers. If you put them on a project right after that, and they flop, and you ask yourself, are the kids terrible or is the education terrible? I don't know. I'm not a politician. I don't want to get there. I just think that we are wasting a lot of lives. We are wasting a lot of talent. So yes, I know the first question you would have asked was, HR Director, Unilever West Africa, why did he quit? You know why I quit? You all know? Yes. I wasn't making enough money. The main reason why I quit my job was because I needed to have more time for my kids and my wife. Does it make sense to you? Yes. I've heard it doesn't make sense to you. I know, don't worry, we're all hypocrites sometimes. But I worked with Unilever for 10 years. I joined as a training and development manager. I went through human resource business partnering. We became West Africa. I went back to the company as company HR manager, and HR director for Ghana, and later HR director for Unilever West Africa. Exciting career, great people, and I learned a lot. Whatever I know today, I owe almost all of it to Unilever. That. I have to sell my soul for that. Because at 50, I realized that I didn't know my kids. Because almost every other day you find yourself in a different country. You have to look after 8 countries in West Africa. You wake up today, you're in Nigeria. You wake up tomorrow, you're in Cote d'Ivoire. 3 days later, you're in Burkina Faso. If you get nightmares like I do in the night, you'll be feeling the wall and asking yourself, where am I? In a hotel room, you don't know which hotel, which country. And it was telling on my kids because I didn't know them. I have a son who's in Canada reading civil engineering. I didn't know him. Because when he wakes up, I'm gone. When he comes, asleep. So, 2 years. That was in 2010. When we set up Unilever West Africa, we had to consolidate. Just a background, we'll come to this now. Right? It was a tough job consolidating Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Senegal, Mali, blah, 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 blah. It was tough. If you're an English-speaking person and you work in a French-speaking country, you know what I'm talking about. They have different attitudes, they have different laws, they have different regulations, they have different workplaces. If you are one single English country trying to integrate 7 more French countries, you can just tell what's going to happen. So that was when I said to my boss, I'm going to consolidate these countries. I'm going to train my subordinate to become my successor. After 2 years, I want to walk out. He said, you can't talk about it. I said, yes, I'm 50. At that time, I think I was 48, okay, 48. So I said, by 50, I should retire. My wife said, you're out of your mind. I said, I'm retire 50. She said, how are we going to survive? I said, I'm sure we'll find a way of surviving. Would you rather have me sit in the house in a wheelchair, wake up in the morning, you do this boy, out of my face, and push me around? Or you want me to come home healthy and happy? And she said she was going to think about it. So after 1 year, one of my subordinates showed up in this leadership development program, and he was slated as the next HR director for Unilever West Africa. I'm sure it was going to happen in 2017. It's
He's a very young guy, he's about 33, 34. Very smart. So I said, well, can I move now? She says, no, wait another year. 2013, I said, 2013, okay, it's close. I said, okay, things are okay now. What do you want? So I negotiated my package. I negotiated what I wanted. And I got it. I stayed at home from November, December 2013. Only sleep. I slept because I needed to get my mind in the right place. Now, I didn't just sleep because I really said, I set up a consultancy as far back as 1992. I woke up in the middle of the night and said, knowledge, you have it. Go to consultancy, your overheads are very low. They always look for you because you never return. But because I sold my life and soul to deliver, I never had time to work with my consultancy. So I quit because I wanted to shape organizational success and inspire people. That's why I quit my job. So here I am, a company called Survey. That's what we're talking about. So many companies registered. There's a small company that's coming. So we're going into the stuff of leadership development. Is that right? Yeah. It's a very heavy topic. So today we're going to do some mathematics and equations. That's what we're going to talk about today. Not words and words. We're going to use symbols and diagrams for leadership development. How about that? Okay. The content very interesting. The facts, disruptive as they are, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. Human as we are, the things we think, say, and do. The principle, the plan, another disruptive strategy, and that. All sounds very odd and strange, doesn't it? Don't worry, there's some method to my madness, but you understand where I'm coming from. So when Ella mentioned this to me, I said, you don't like me when I leave here. Because when students come to me and say they want a job, and ask them what job you want, they end up saying, I have to go and think about it again and come back. So you just get up and want a job. You need a job. You must think through it before you go for it. So let's see what we're going to happen here. Now, this is a very interesting picture. You know what they're doing? You know what the two guys are doing? What are they doing? They're cutting log. Are they cutting or sawing? They're sawing a log. Two of them, right? Okay. If I give you 6 hours to saw that log, what would be your strategy? 6 hours to saw through that log over there. Believe it, that's pure Mohammed. It's very tough. Yes?
I'll sharpen the blade first.
For how long? Or
Let's say
some few minutes before you can. Why? Why would you do that?
it doesn't take a long time to sharpen the blade. So definitely I'll use less than the 6 hours.
Exactly. So maybe you sharpen the saw for 1 hour, use another 30 minutes to cut the. So fantastic. So you sharpen your skills, get your competencies ready before you go into a job. That's life. That's a very good answer. I'm sure you all have the same answer, right? Okay. Now, people like me who are very spontaneous and we don't think before we do things. We give up the saw, we just go straight away and start sawing. For 5 hours, we realize that we're wasting our time. We have to go back and then sharpen the saw. Is that right? Okay. That is the beginning of leadership development. Sharpening your saw before you get into the job you need to do. You can't see from here, but I'll read it out to you. Right? Definition of leadership development, very simple. Enhances quality of leadership within an individual organization. Simple. Enhancing the quality of leadership within an individual or in an organization. And they say, I took this from Wikipedia, I didn't say it, I took it from Wikipedia. Activities range from having an MBA like you and I have, executive retreat programs, and a lot. That's leadership. Traditional leadership has focused on developing leadership abilities and attitudes of individuals. Take English, we're going to translate all this into practical, but that's where the matter sits. Key concepts of every leadership development program will include experiential learning, self-efficacy, visioning, and attitude. Let's leave it at that. Enough of lawful and facts, right? So I'm a very practical person. We'll switch to the practical, right? Yeah. Next slide, please. You know the story of Daniel in the Bible? Do you remember that story of Daniel in the Bible? Does anybody have a Bible here? Just refer to Daniel chapter 1, verses 1 to 6. And I'd like you to read it out. Who's got it? You're coming to learn, you're not sharpening your sword. You should have a Bible, verses 1 to 6.
Daniel chapter 1. In the third year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord delivered Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, along with some of the articles from the temple of God. These he carried off to the temple of his God in Babylonia and put in the treasure house of his God. Then the king ordered Ashpenaz. Then the king ordered chief of his court officials to bring in some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility, young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. Chapter 5. The king assigned them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. They were to be trained for 3 years, and after that, they were to enter the king's service. Among these were some from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. That's it.
Thank you very much. Okay, so leadership development really started with Nebuchadnezzar. Are you following me? He looked for 10 young men who were from Jerusalem, but they were also from the royal family. And Nebuchadnezzar said that these kids were to be trained for a period of how many years? 3 years. And what qualities were they looking for? Do you remember the qualities she mentioned? Handsome, one, I don't remember, okay? And then quick to understand, without blemish. What else? Understanding. Those are the qualities of the future leaders Nebuchadnezzar was looking for. It was a journey of 3 years, not an event of one training program. It was a journey of 3 years. 3 years because in your first year in a job, you settle and you understand the job, right? 3 years because in your second year of your job, you begin to deliver on the job, right? And 3 years because in your third year, you confirm that you perform. That is when you are beginning to show yourself as a leader. And any serious-minded organization will then put you on a leadership development program. You don't walk into the job today and immediately you are put on a leadership development program. No. You must show the quality, the grit, the rigor before you are put on the program. And why? If I had a first class and we are all in entry jobs, why should you go to develop a leader? Why? I like to be interactive. I want to know why. Why do we need leaders in jobs? We are all recruited as economics, we are recruited as bankers, we are recruited as lawyers. Why do we need to have leaders in the jobs? I need to know. Anybody ready to? Sorry, I said I was going to be very disruptive because I think that we need that. Okay? Why do we need leaders in our businesses? Why don't you just go and poach them and bring them to the jobs? Why do you have to train them now? Yes. And what else? Expand it. Guys, you know it. But I'm not going to give answers. It doesn't work. We're going to find the solutions ourselves. And then we walk away learning a lot. Isn't that right? Because if we don't start filling the talent pipeline now, in 5 to 6 years, we won't have any leaders in any organization. If you look at the black satellites, look at the black maidens, the bombers, they go around the country and they find young talent who in 3-4 years can take over from those who are currently playing. And every organization that is serious will do that. So in my 10 years as a believer, I used to come to Legon every year, go to Kivas, go to Tech, and when the Central University joined us, yes. The University joined us, yes. I go look for the best of the best. Because those guys and girls you find at that level, in 5-6 years, will become your top guys in your organizations. And so these guys must have minimum second class upper. They must be smart and sharp. But above all, they must have the right attitude to business. And we put them through a 3-year intensive program. After 3 years, these guys and girls are ready to be leaders in the organization. So we follow the same principle as the lady read out to you in the Bible. Simple. Catch them young, train them, develop them, they become your leaders. But that journey is not as easy as some of us think it is. Because half of these girls and boys have had to fall by the wayside. Because you are learning something in 3 years that will take your career 10 years to do. I'm sure the Lord knows what I'm talking about. But don't get me wrong, the other guys who don't come in as management trainees, but in 2-3 years, they pick them up. So the doors are not shut in our face, is that right? So we're starting with the book at design now, right? 3 years. And they will work in the palace of the king. The rest is history, right? Yeah. So I thought I had some more information which I could share as disruptive. And I'll do that. There are 3 or 4 of you answer this question. Why should anyone be led by you?
Because of my experience, I'm able to help the person move forward in whatever he or she wants to do in life or other workplace.
Thank you very much. So that you don't need this course, do you? You don't need this. You don't need this discussion, do you? All right. Anybody else want to try the answer? Just for the effort, I'll give it to you. Yes. Yes.
Of the organization alone, and I like to transmit that to the people that I'm working with, and I believe in teamwork.
Teamwork. Fantastic.
That our set target is exceeded.
Fantastic. So you are performance driven, right? That's right. Okay, so note the 4 people who answered this question. I'll give it to you. Sorry, I didn't ask your names. Note these answers. Ask them if they really meant what they said. Because this question has been asked to so many executives, the room just goes quiet. Because sometimes you just wonder how you became a leader in your organization. And you have subordinates who look at you and say, "Think we ask yourself, this boy trying to challenge my authority?" Has that happened to you? Even your younger brothers and sisters, sometimes they think that they are better than you, aren't they? Yeah, if you want to be a leader, you should ask that question every time. And if you hesitate to answer that question, then we have issues. Right? It's getting a little uncomfortable, isn't it? That's what leadership is all about. Okay? Yeah, thank you. So, that's you in there. The tall white one. You know how confused that darkling is? So all the others are scattered, they're all going around, and he's asking himself, what's happening here? Leadership development is not something you just get up and go into. It is planned. It is the main strategy of an organization to get ahead of its competitors. It's the people who make the difference, the leaders you're training today, because tomorrow they will give you the competitive edge. And those guys, they might be about 50% of the population of the organization, but they contribute over 90% of the business's profit. So the question is, what about those of us who are just average workers? We support them, yes. Because God didn't make all of us the same, did he? Pavarotti, he didn't just get up and sing. Or Zidane, he didn't just get up and play football. Some have skills and they are advantaged. Some of us have to learn to become leaders. Is that right? Okay. So, as human beings, we think, we say that's a private, what do you call that thing? Those money washrooms that we have. The managers are on top, the employees are below. And And you know the thoughts that go through the employees down there when the managers are up there. Obviously, the employees down there want to get out or want to go on top. That's where we all strive to be as leaders. Is that right? I'm just drawing examples and telling the story. And if you're a manager up there, you're a leader, how do you think your supporters will see when you come out of that door? That's what you did to us up there. So yes, there's a lot of issues that come down when leaders are up there. But we are all not born to be leaders and be the right leaders. But we must go through a certain system and procedure before we can stand out as leaders. Yes, sir. So let's start our journey by knowing ourselves first. That is what we call the Johari window. Psychology students here should know that. Johari window is the first thing you look at when you want to become a leader, because it's a self-assessment and it's based on feedback. Now, the portion us and know and don't know represent you not knowing what your colleagues around you think about. And then you are up there as a person. Let me take an example of Della. Della is a guy, right? That's in the know. I know, we all know he's a guy. I mean, maybe your wife can confess on your guy. I don't know. But there are things that Della knows about himself that you and I don't know. Right? Those are hidden. Like standing in front of you and giving a lecture and having butterflies in your stomach. You don't know about that. Or being given an assignment in the office and he struggles because he has to call somebody to help him. That's hidden. He knows, we don't know. Then there are things that Della doesn't know about and we don't know about. And they'll remain closed forever. Is that right? But there are things that Della does not know about himself that we know. That is where the feedback comes in. And that is where organizations identify the right attitudes of employees and put them in leadership development programs. You heard about the lion in hiding before? The lion in hiding. The lion has the claw, has the mane. It doesn't even roar. It's always hiding among the chickens and the sheep and the others. It's only when it's identified and told that you have a mane, you wake up and shake yourself, people run away. When you roar, people just run away. Sometimes you should be giving that feedback to confirm the fact that you have a leader in you. And it's only when you begin to identify the issue, blind spots, that your journey for leadership begins. When I was leaving university, I got a job as a banking officer at the National Savings and Credit Bank. And that night, my big brother asked me, so what do you think you're going to do in the bank? I'm probably going to be a messenger or something. He just looked at me. He walked away. And he said, I'd like to talk to you the following day. Before I left for the office, he said, take a book and a pen. Anytime your boss calls you, write whatever he says to you. And I said, I'm a young guy, I'm smart. I've done it. I remember whatever he says to me. Little did I know that by the time you leave your boss's office to your table, so many things can happen, so you forget what he told you. Is that right? Okay. Then I realized that, why did I think I should be doing the messenger job? So I was a university graduate. I said, why? Because I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what I was worth. Somebody had to bring me on board. So the issue of blind spotting, if you want to become a leader, is very critical. You may not know the strengths that you have, you may not know the skills that you have, but organizations have systems that bring out these unknown attitudes, skills, and competencies, and they put you on the board. Right? Okay, here we go. That's what we thought. This is what we do. When you enter an organization, the first few years in the organization are spent mastering your job to become an expert. I like to understand my job and become an expert. After a couple of years, what you do is mastering the art of getting things done through others. Right? So, for those of us who say, I like to remain as a manager, not a person there. What is news coming? The younger guy down there will come and manage you and get you to do things for him. The they're going to get angry at him because he's going to earn more than you earn. Because he has learned that you spend very little time mastering your job, you spend more time mastering the art of getting people to do things for you. So that young man will be asking himself, why should anyone be led by me? Because he's earned the right to lead another. First of all, he's mastered the art of doing his job, and now he's mastered the art of getting things done to you. That's the journey of leadership development. So we're crawling gradually, aren't we? Is it disruptive? No. You find a method in what I'm doing, okay? Can we go ahead now? Conversations. All leaders and managers have 4 types of conversations. I'm just preparing the background with the principles. They have leading and inspiring conversations. I meet you in the hallway and say, that was a great job, now keep it up. You're going to go places. I'm leading you and I'm inspiring you, right? Then I come across the washroom and I find another guy and I say, what happened? I thought that you had it nailed down. What happened? What went wrong? I pull him out of his difficulty. So I coach him, right? Then the same day, I come across a guy who has just messed up the budget and is in so much trouble, and I'm speaking very harshly to him saying, you can't go over the budget, you must make sure you stay within budget approved. That's a management control conversation. 4 conversations. You need to know which of these conversations comes naturally to you. You need to know when it is appropriate to use the style of conversation. Important thing is to identify when it is best to use which type of conversation, but you must be aware of your preference. Because in a work organization, you're going to go through these types of conversations. I need to talk about mentoring. Mentoring is different from coaching. I'm sure you know that, right? Mentoring is more like a voluntary job that you do. Coaching is a job of a line manager and a job of a line leader. That's what you do. It's not an additional responsibility, it's your job. A mentor, I can decide to mentor anybody outside my job. It's voluntary. It ends. Right? Okay. I brought this up because of what we call the leadership moments. Leadership moments happen to some points in your life where you need to either face off to an issue or you need to run off. Now, supposing your boss is giving you hell in the office, you're not happy about it, so you need to talk to him. Whilst in the washroom in the morning, you'll be asking yourself, this guy is giving you hell. When I go to the office, should I go and face him or should I let it pass? I don't know how many of you let these situations pass, but all those occasions that you let these things pass, you are passing out what we call leadership moments. That is your point where you begin to show what you're made out of. Are you following me? Yeah. So we call them leadership moments. I think that other side must come here. So you need to make a choice either to hold off what you sit inside you or to engage the issue. Leaders have learned that if they engage, they release a lot of energy. Because the issue is discussed and put on the table. But if they hold off, they stifle the energy, they quit problems. I'm just taking these steps because I'm opening up these conversations to you so you know that these are some of the key things organizations look out for in leaders and therefore pick them to be leadership development programs. So if you're in a habit of always saying, at the end of the day, you end up being in the lower part of the private issue. So let's now move to the principles and the plan for leadership development. This guy is telling his mom that he sent her a blog that he's going to stay after someone coming after him. That's my side, but it's a plan that he has. Yeah, next one. That is a model for leadership development. There are a couple of activities within that circle. I don't know if you can see it, because when I go for lectures like this, I always like to have the guys who are the backbone for it. You can see what's up. In the event that I'm giving cookies, you are easy within reach, you can get it. Okay. Leadership happens within an environment of engagement and culture. An organization might have a performance culture. You may have an intimidating culture. You may have a culture where people call themselves by first names or last names. You may have a culture where people like to dress in suits to work and the others. Now the engagement between the employees and the leaders will shape the type of leaders you're going to bring out tomorrow. Within the circle is the talent, which is the orange one. That's where you and I sit in terms of an organization. That's how we start off. We are surrounded by opportunities for development. We are surrounded by opportunities for attraction and selection to leadership programs. We're surrounded by opportunities for performance management. We're also surrounded by opportunities for development, advancement, and succession. So in the workplace, all these principles hang around us. It is how we take advantage of these opportunities that ends us up as leaders in the organization. Some of us walk through the organization, for some of us the organization walks through us. And I don't know how you want to see it, but I would rather have myself walk through the organization so I can feel all the aspects of the organization than have the organization walk through me. That makes sense. That's also a leadership career principle. In every organization, in every career that you have, there are three things you must look out for. You must have experience on the job, and I heard you say that. You must have the attitude, the behavior, and you must have the skill. If these three attributes come together, you have a performing individual. So if you're going to perform in an organization, these three attributes must be in sync. You can't have the right attitude, you have the right experience, you don't have the skill. Neither can you have the skill and the attitude, but don't have the right experience. So leadership development programs bring these three attributes together to ensure that you perform. And nobody puts you on a leadership development program when you're not performing. Nobody does that. Nobody ever does that. I'm moving too fast, but I think you can catch what I'm saying. I've spoken about the developmental model. I've spoken about the career principle. I'm going to talk to you about the leadership capability principles. Every manager who enters an organization has two legs. I mean, two legs. If you become a leader, you have a third leg. In a university, you are taught about your profession. That's one leg. You become smart at using ICT and others. That's your general skill. But if you must get things done through people, you must have the leadership skill, which is the third one. Most organizations recruit for profession or general skill. You don't even think about leadership skill. If you're picking up an organization, you're already one. Look out for what organization does when it comes to leadership skill development. That makes a difference. So remember, the professional skill which you can get to university, the general skill on how you do things, and the leadership skill is how you're going to lead people in the future. That is the leadership capability principle. Yeah. You see BAWKFOLE. Interesting words. Okay. BA means you are at a basic appreciation of your skill. WK means you are at a working knowledge of your skill. The FO means you are fully operational of your skill. And the LE means you are the leading edge of your skill. If organizations are assessing you on a leadership program, you take each of these skills. Professional skill, where is he? He's an accountant, he's fully operational. General skills, where is he? He's working knowledge. And then leadership skill, where is he? He's fully operational. So there's a science to leadership development. And if these put you up as basically a position in all, you don't make the mark. You can't make the mark. Yeah, next slide. That one is a little bit hazy. I'll tell you what it is. If you find yourself every day saying, I cannot do it, you have a problem with skill. If you find yourself saying every time that I can do it, but I can't sustain the behavior, you have a problem with your trait. If you keep saying that this doesn't fit with me, it doesn't help me, that is a problem with your self-image. And if you keep saying that, I don't see it as important, those are your values. The most important for me are your motives. I get no satisfaction from the job that you give me. And your managers look out for these responses when you give them. They know whether you're motivated or not to become a leader. Where I used to work, I had so many young guys who refused to be promoted. I was like, why? They said, they're not going to tell me. One day I went to the payroll and found out that they make more overtime than their own salaries. But because they're junior staff, they figured out that if they become senior staff, they can't get overtime anymore. And therefore they pass up the opportunity for promotions.
These guys will say to me, I get no satisfaction from calling myself a manager. It's a motive. He's not ready for leadership position. All right? Okay, next slide, please. Let me ask again, how many of you have attended training programs this year? I'm guessing a lot of you were, right? You were, right? Okay. Any of you attended training program this year? Yes, you are. Which program was that? Branch Manager Certification Program. That's a big topic here, okay? Who has attended any training program this year? You haven't. If you sad about it. My boss is wicked, no training program. People are going to America. Yes, any other person here? Have you haven't attended a training program here? Yeah, if you think our bosses are wicked, right? Because we've been trained to think that the only way you can develop yourself is to attend a training program. Am I lying? So I had to go to Nigeria. I don't miss the plane. The plane is at 8, I'm there at 6. But if I have a training program in my own office and it's at 8 o'clock, I walk in at 9. Right? So we are trained to think that certification means I can do the job. Well, I'm sorry. Today, take it from me that the greatest opportunity to train and develop doesn't come from sitting in the classroom. It comes from the 70% you see on the side. 70%. Can you see that? And that 70% is made up of changing jobs, on the job training, going through hardships, and generally understanding other people's jobs. That is where development sits. Development does not sit in the classroom training. That one only adds 15% to your development. So for those of you who opt for 5 training programs in a year, that's against a man who wants to learn the job next door. I'm telling you here that he's going to develop faster than you develop. So we are building a leadership development program, aren't we? So if you are sitting in Ghana for 7 months and not going for a training program, even though you've been told your leadership training program, they're doing the right thing. They're sending you through different training programs. They're sending you to customer. You're going to come up from customer for 3 months, going to finance for another 4 months. You come out and going to market for another 1 month. Then in between, they send you on one course on time management. That is what we call development. Your talent, plus the experiences you pick in these hardships, make you the right leader you're talking about. Only 20% of the development sits with coaching and mentoring and role models, feedback you get from other people. 70% sits with the hardship to go through your job, the unique experiences you pick up. That's how you draw a leadership development program. So I'm here to tell you that America spends about $176 billion in leadership training programs. And we don't even realize 10% of the benefits. It's all because the focus of HR has been on send them on leadership training programs. The training programs are events. They end there. Developmental programs, on the other hand, are journeys. They're journeys. They're not events. That's why Daniel had to go through a 3-year journey, not a 1-day training program in the King's Palace. Developmental programs should be split, not necessarily equally at 70-20-10, but they must have a wider mix of experiences. Yes. Too long, but a guy called Mike Mayat, he believes that all those training programs that are going on should be scrapped. He's a contributor on the Forbes. He says that all training programs should be scrapped and replaced with developmental programs. And I share that idea fully. I consult organizations that will tell me, Sam, this training program, please make it 5 days. I ask him why. He says, so that we can come to the workshop every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that program can be run in 1 day. But you see, the fact that he has to leave the office, pressures, sit in the office, in the training program, and eat food in the afternoon is good for him. And I say to myself, the training program is supposed to supplement the developmental program. It's not everything. So we have a certificate, 5-day training program certification in bank, what do you call it? Branch manager certification, 5 days, yeah, right, that's fine. But another man in your office who goes to spend 3 full days with another branch manager in another department, believe me, learns more than you. So me, even though I was a learning manager, I'm against training programs which solve our problems. And in this country, anybody has a problem, the first in line manager says is he needs training. It's not training. We don't even know what is wrong with the person, right? It's just his attitude. We just be turned around. That's why most of us claim we've been on leadership training programs, We come back not knowing anything, and we're just the same. Because we focus on the guy sitting in front of us, teaching us and saying, A is here, B is here. And we go back and we don't change it because that's what we've been told. But the developmental programs, they go different. They see things completely different with the challenge the status quo. So I'll share this slide with you later. You can have them. Yep. Your developmental plan, which you will have, will include most of these things. You find coaching and mentors, you find processes, you find trial and error, you find some practice. Sometimes you do some being involved in projects, you go to mentoring programs. You can also go into areas where you have opportunities. Let me just mention that volunteerism is one of the key areas for leadership development these days. Where there's a project going on in the business, you've not been called, but you go and volunteer to be on the project. It's one of the ways in which you expand your experience and exposure. That's a big one for leadership development. If you do that, it does help. So when you have management trainees in organizations like ours, they go out to corporate social responsibility projects. You teach them a lot of skills. Rather than stay in the office close from 8 to 5. Next slide. So we've listened to these issues. It's been diagrams and principles. But what exactly is the strategy? Okay, next slide. Strategy is what we call the leadership differentiation template. That is the strategy. In every organization, take into consideration how you do your job and what you do. Right? So if you look at those 9 quadrants, the red section is somebody who consistently fails to meet his targets. And that person is also the one who consistently fails to exhibit the needed leadership skill. So he sits in the red. I don't want that guy on my team. The yellow, on the right, consistently meets his targets, but consistently does not meet his leadership skill. The yellow on the top, he consistently meets leadership skills, but consistently does not meet his targets. What a green guy up there, the green guy in the top corner. What do you think he does? The green guy in the top corner. He consistently exceeds his leadership targets, and he consistently exceeds his delivery targets. That is where leaders sit. If I had to choose amongst 5 people, I would do this analysis and take you one by one and say, Mr. A, I look at your targets for the past 2-3 years and say, he didn't meet any of his targets. He's already in the red square. And this is how organizations choose people for leadership development programs. That's the strategy. So if you think it's only work in an organization, forget it, you're missing the point. It's not only the work, it's the leadership skill that comes with it. So you can have somebody who shows fantastic leadership skill, but only meets his target. You find himself on leadership training. You know why? Because he has mastered the art of getting things done through others. But if you are, for instance, the green guy in the middle, on the right side, all right? Middle right, that green guy. You know who he is? He consistently exceeds his targets, but he only meets leadership. Ask me to choose between the two of them. I'll pick the guy, the green, top middle. He only meets his targets, but he exceeds leadership skills. So in every case, in every situation, ensure that your leadership skills override your delivery skills. What I'm looking for is somebody who meets his targets at the end of the day, middle. But I'm more interested in the person who shows more leadership skill. Leadership skill is how we just get things done. how you get people to follow you. It's different from what you do on your job. That template is what most organizations use to select their leadership material. So if you go to MTN and MTN says these are skills, better make sure the leadership skills you follow. If you go to Nestle and they say, look out for them. So what I'm saying is I'm giving you the marketing scheme. Go back to your offices, tell HR guys, so what are the leadership skills that this business actually pushes and encourages? You list them, 6, 7, lift them. Lift them alongside what you do. You find yourself right up there. Okay? See, there's a marketing into this thing as well. Yeah? See those microfinance we had? Now the line managers will manage you along these lines. If you're in the red down there, you keep giving you clear milestones and having feedback with you every month. You know there's trouble. After 3 months, you're going to ask yourself, should we keep you in the business or should we fire you? Because if you are down, it needs a lot of energy to pull you up. The company will not waste resources. But if you're on top there, that big red circle up there, whatever it is, will recognize your effort, will reward you, will give you bigger assignments, and you just have fun. Now tell me where you want to be. That red one or the yellow one? You certainly want to be on top there. Those are the guys who contribute 80 to 90% of the business's profits. If you have a team like that, why do you waste time on them? Give them money. You work out those guys who are the yellow and red down there. Because they take all your profits away. So that is a template that teaches you how to manage leaders in the various manners. The first one teaches you where you must position yourself to catch the eye of the boss because of your performance and leadership skill. Yeah, next slide. I'm running away soon, okay? I see that was enough. Now organizations have moved from rewarding you for your past behavior to rewarding you for potential delivery in the future. And for me that sounds very odd. If I've delivered before and I've been loyal, you must reward me. But they're not doing that anymore. They're now rewarding people they think can do better in the future. So supposing Nestle says we want to double our business in 5 years, they're not going to just get up and reward everybody. They're going to look for people who can deliver in 5 years to meet their targets. So they've come up with a 3x3. I'll walk you through that. Drive. If you don't have drive in this world, forget about the leadership journey. Because drive relates to initiative. It also relates to aspiration. It relates to self-assurance. 3 key issues on the drive. That's what drives you to get a business going, to get a profit. The second one is judgment. Framing of issues, spotting issues, and showing rigor in the work that you do. 3, the judgment. Next one. Influence. So I'm giving you drive, give you judgment, give you influence. Self-awareness, range of influence, and environmental radar. Things that go on around you. How do you read them? These are key skills that organizations these days look out for. And they reward you for them. They don't reward you for your past behavior. No, it's the way you can position yourself in future that you be rewarded. Yes, next one. Let me use some more guiding principles, then I'll wrap it up. You must own your leadership program. You must progress your organization steadily, by merit, not by any means necessary. You must show depth of experience. You must lead people. You must strive for international exposure. Even if international exposure is going to give you a job for 2 months, go for it. Because it will position you ahead of your peers. An international organization or experience is not only America or Europe. It can be background Nigeria. It can be Cote d'Ivoire. It puts you ahead of your peers because you work in a different environment, a different culture. And that's an advantage in any organization. That matters. Okay? Next slide. So engagement for me in all this is very critical. When you're a leader, you walk into an organization or a room, there's a place light up. or when you walk out, the place lights up? Engagement is critical. It's a question she must ask herself. When you walk in, does the place light up? Or when you walk out, the place lights up? I have a boss who said to me once that, Sam, when you leave my office, do you feel tall or you feel short? The day you feel short, don't come to my office again. So you know what you're telling me was that, Sam, when you bring me your problem, I may not be able to solve your problem for you, but I'm going to make you feel good when you leave my organization, my door. That's what I think leaders do with this organization. They make you feel 5 feet tall, 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. You go back to him and say, but he didn't actually solve my problem for me. He didn't. But he made me feel very good about myself. Next slide. So that's the journey, that's what it looks like. If you're afraid of heights, you can't go there. But others have been there and they've survived. Next slide. Think you're ready? Yes. Gentlemen, are you ready? You answer the question, are you ready? Do you have drive? Do you have judgment? Do you have influence? You sit in the top green corner of the box. Whatever. There's one here. Is that where you sit there changing your mind right now? That's where you sit. I wish you well. Next slide. So, are you that leader who's a lion? Are you that leader who is the gazette? Because when a lion wakes up in the morning, he must run faster than the slowest gazette. Otherwise, he does not eat right. If you're a gazette, you wake up in the morning, you must run faster than the slowest lion. Otherwise, you get eaten. I don't care whether you're a lion or a gazette. You wake up in the morning, you better be running. That's what it is. Okay? So, last slide. Put up a couple of reading references for you. And I thank you for your attention. I know it's scientific and difficult, but let's start speaking the hard stuff. Stop telling people untruths about being leaders. It's important to know some of these things, the way we can go about it. So thank you very much.
I want to find out concerning whether you are a leader that makes people feel taller or shorter. That's only achieving results. For me, for instance, I'm a banker, so I have targets to meet my branch manager. So does it mean if I continuously meet my targets, does it mean that I'm making people, I'm motivating my team to do well? By just meeting my target, does it mean I'm lighting up the place? Well, is it just about the figures?
Well, what's your name? Latif. What do you think a bank is in business for? Money? Or to make people happy? It's money, right? I'm not interested in the bank manager who only meets his targets. I'm interested in a bank manager who consistently exceeds his target. That's what gets me into the leadership program, not when I only meet my target. When you meet your target, you make people happy too, don't you? You also have a good sense of achievement. That's what I mean. I didn't come here to talk about normal employees who only meet their targets. He came here to talk about employees who consistently exceed their targets. That's what gets you the leadership program, not normal delivery. So you might appear hard, but if you want to stay on top there, you must consistently exceed your targets. That's how you get onto top flagship leadership programs. Hard stuff. One of those things.
You spoke about leadership.
Yep.
Where you decide whether on issues or if you decide, always confront issues. As an employee, one is how you can go about it, and when it becomes prepared.
See, what's your name? Eric, you work with? Yes, sir. Okay. See, so maybe as I'm growing older, I'm becoming more controversial and troublesome. But Derek, you're adult. So I'm going to give you two right in between your eyes. How these works, okay? You're worried about being called a two-known, right? And because of that, you keep right on an issue. Nice. What is killing this country, is killing all of us, is because we are afraid to be tagged as saying, or you're two-known. The day we wake up and start challenging issues, we will have a better one. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, the two-known syndrome lasts for a very short time. It's painful. But after that, you get what you want. Now, let me tell you, if you come to Legon, you're in the lecture room, and you keep asking questions, challenging your lecturer, they tell you you're too known. The lecturer even look at your face tomorrow. Walk into Ashesi University. They encourage students to be inquisitive and to ask questions. That's the difference between a graduate from University of Ghana and a graduate from Ashesi. They are getting all the top jobs. Normal employees, normal students. It's because our culture, which happens in that circle, you saw the circle I showed you? Culture and engagement. Anytime an employee comes to a meeting and telling you something, I'm not we are killing ourselves. But when you encourage people to challenge and ask questions, and of course, not that one that you just going to kill yourself, not that one. It's foolhardiness. Because I just said to you that drive, judgment, and influence are also very critical. So you look for the balance as to when you must challenge the issue. But you don't just keep quiet forever. No. The day we begin to be too known, we will stop having the doom song. I'm going to get better high blood pressure when I'm driving because the guy in front of me had decided to stop and buy a watch in the middle of the road. And there's a policeman on his phone talking to somebody, and I shout and says, "Why are you too known?" Exactly. So, very good question. Holding off and engaging are the two biggest issues we have in the organization. And if people will take these leadership moments, life will be better for us. Trust me. Alright? It's a good question. So, I mean, they may shoot you, but so what? You die, somebody else is going to help. But that's where our problem comes from. We are afraid to talk, we are afraid to raise issues, we are afraid to be branded, the difficult and the twisty ones. If you want to stand out as a leader, so if you think the lion who draws and cares about the people around you, he's telling you that I'm arriving. If you are there and you don't move, I am coming. So if I were you, I will shout and make my noise. We'll hate you for today, but tomorrow you'll have your peace of mind. Okay? Thanks.
I didn't hear you categorically stating, but I think when you say leader, you mean in the team, not necessarily the big organization. Because usually when you say leader, everybody thinks about the top dog up there. But if you, I want to believe that you are saying that be a leader in that team, whether you are, there's a small team, there's a least team in your organization, be the best, excel, exceed expectations, exceed targets in that small unit. And that's how you keep growing. Am I?
You're perfectly right. You must start personal leadership before you can have organizational leadership. So in your own little way, start engaging people on the tough issues. Eventually it becomes easy for you to handle. Okay? All right, thank you.